Welcome back, peeps. Today we're gonna make some decorated salt dough cookies. I made some salt dough cookies for like Valentines in different sizes. And I was thinking we could decorate some of these today by using like a couple different mediums to decorate them. These were made with, has caulk, Mod Podge, and paint. We're gonna do that technique. And then I have this cookie here, was made with lightweight spackle colored in pink. We're gonna make some of those. And then this cookie was just made with the caulk, and then I sprinkled some fake sprinkles on there, made that look like that. And then this tiny cookie was made with using Tulip Slick fabric paint. Put that on the cookie and then just sprinkle some fake sprinkles on there. So there's like a bunch of different ways to make the cookies. So we're gonna try to do a couple of those today. So we're gonna start with this technique, right? We're gonna take one of these cookies. Let's do the same size. Let's put these over here. So what you do is you get a cup, you squeeze some of the all-purpose caulk. I got this caulk from Dollar Tree. Just squeeze some into the, oopsie, into the cup. I'm gonna roll this like this. That's gonna make my life much easier. I don't think we need that much, but I'm just trying to get rid of what's in there. This is matte Mod Podge, but you could use any kind, gloss, satin, whatever kind. Just put a little bit in there. I got some Nicole's Craft Studio Flamingo Pink, but any pink color do, light pink, dark pink, whatever color pink you want. Or it doesn't have to even be pink, it could be any color. So I'm gonna mix that all up. Try to mix it real good, make sure you get all that, all three components mixed up pretty well. I think I could cover one of those big cookies. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. And I think I was gonna use a piping bag, but I think I'll try this. I don't know, these are kind of flimsy. Maybe I should just go with what I was gonna do. Anyways, I took one of these piping bags and I just put it in a container, only because it makes it easier for me to like drop this in there. I felt like I could use a little bit. Let's see, is it watery enough? I'll put a little bit of Mod Podge, more Mod Podge in there, just to make it a little thinner. I want it to be like the consistency I used to decorate real cookies. I want it to be the consistency of like the royal icing. So that's why and I'm just throw that in here. You could spread it out by hand. I mean, not by hand, with a toothpick. Oh God, with a I'm all messed up. With a craft stick, if you want to. But I don't know. This just gives me a little bit, makes it a little bit more sturdy and steady with the hands. If you leave this stick to dry overnight, it'll peel right out. And I mean, you could reuse the cup if you want to, but or you could just throw it out. Up to you. So anyways, squeeze this all down. See, it looks just like a regular royal icing piping bag, I mean. Tie it up. Move that to the side. And I just get my scissor and I cut a little tip off. I'll get one of these just so it'll make it easier for me to transport it. Then I just go around like how you decorate. A regular cookie. Then I just fill it in like that. Just like if you was doing royal icing cookies, right? Fill it in. Then I take this, or you can use a toothpick, get it to the edge, smooth it out a little bit. See that? This is what I used to do when I made regular royal icing cookies. Just bring it to the edge, like smooth it out, even it out. You could drag it to the tip, make the tip more pronounced. And then you don't have to worry about it spilling over because you're pushing it to the edge with your toothpick. This is called the needle scribe. I made this myself. All right, then you get a napkin and you wipe this off. You don't want that sticking on your needle scribe. If you want, you could tap it a little bit. See if you can get some of them air bubbles out, but it's not really gonna matter because we're gonna put some sprinkles on that. And I have a whole collection of sprinkles that I made. Well, some of them I made, some of them I bought. But I made these. I'm gonna use these probably for Easter. And I made these with polymer clay. Pretty easy to do. You just gotta make sure you don't burn them like I did a bunch of times till I figured out the temperature. But I made a Valentine sprinkle mix in here. And I could just sprinkle that right on top. Put as much or as little as you want. Right? Doesn't that look like a real sugar cookie? Like a real royal icing sugar cookie? Let's put all these sprinkles on here because shoot, these things cost money. All right. So I'm gonna put some glitter in it, on it too, so it could be nice and sparkly like that other cookie. So I'm just using some of this, what is it called? Like iridescent glitter. I love this glitter. It makes everything so pretty. Sprinkle that on top. And that's it for that cookie. And this was made the same way. Right? Let's move on to the next cookie. So for the next cookie, I'm gonna let's do we're gonna use some caulk, not caulk, spackling. This, it comes in white. Hold on. Well, it comes in like a grayish color, but you could add any color to this and it takes on the color. If you wanted to make this like bright white, just add some white acrylic paint. That'll work too. So for this one, we're gonna make it more like a, what I did with this, this is the spackling, lightweight spackling, and I added some pink to it. And it came out like this dusty rose color. I mean, the more you add, the darker it gets. It also depends on the type of, on the color of the acrylic paint that you use. But you just take it, put it on there, keep smoothing it out, get it as smooth as, these kind of remind me of those Loft House cookies. Just keep on spreading it around. And what I like about this is that it really sticks good to the sourdough dough cookie. Yeah, there's a good surface for this type of caulk. I keep calling it caulk. It's spackle. Don't it look like a Loft House cookie? You gotta keep these away from the kids, because they don't know that it's, I mean, you know, if they're, oops, of course, if they're of a certain age, they wouldn't know that this is not real. So that's the spackle, pretty easy. And the good thing about this, you can keep smoothing it out. It gets nice and smooth. You can put a border on it. I think we should put a border on it, just to make it prettier. Let's do that. So what you do, get you a piping bag. I've seen other people, they cut the tip first, then they put the tip of the piping bag first, then they put the decorating tip in. I don't like that, because sometimes you make cut it too big. So what I do is I put the piping tip in first, then I cut up to where I think the piping bag should be cut at. Then I go back and I cut the bag. And there you go. Right? So we get this. Put here in the cup. Put some more spackle in here. I mean, we could use a white. I didn't make any white. Or we could use brown. I have some brown over there, but this is more than enough. So you put that in there. Put this to the side. Come back. Push it all down. Should get all of it down there. And you twist it. I like to do a little test. Make you see how it's coming out. That's good. And then you go around the cookie. Don't that look nice? I like this. How pretty that is. Yes, love it, right? So we could put some sprinkles on that too. What should we put? Oh, let's use this. Nice pink sprinkles. Oh yeah, I like this. Boom. So now we have our cookie made with spackle. I really like. I wish I had something to put in the middle, but I didn't really bring anything to put in the middle. Even though I do have a whole bunch of. Hold on a second. Let me go get my Valentine. Collection. I have a lot of Valentine. Look at this. All these Valentine things I could add to this cookie. Which one should I add? Should I put a heart in the middle? I think so. Yes. Boom. I think that cookie looks really nice. Now you got, the only thing is you got to be careful that you don't mess it up. Huh? All right. So now we did the caulking. Next is going to be the one with just the spackle. You're going to do that. So let's get one of these cookies. So I don't know if I have enough spackle in here. Yeah, I should. So what you do, this is pretty simple. I'm having too much mess. So you take the cookie and you just take the spackle straight. If you wanted to color this spackle, you could put it in a cup and mix it with some acrylic paint. But I don't want to do all of that. I'm just going to take it right from here, go around, fill the cookie up. This is coming down to the last, so it's giving me a hard time. But here you go. So you fill it up. Maybe this is the one that look more like a Loft House cookie, right? Anyways, put the cap back on. You don't want it to dry out. Then you take your toothpick again. See, you can swirl. This is a bit more thicker, so you could like add more texture to it. Make it swirl. Add, make sure it gets to the edge. It looks pretty just like this, don't it? I like it. Add some texture. This is a little more thicker than the Mod Podge, and the when you add it with the caulk and you like water it down. I like that. It kind of looks like it could be a rose or something. Anyways, so don't forget to wipe your tip off so it won't dry up. And then you can add some more. Actually, got a little heart right here. You could put in the middle, right? That looks cool. Wait, a little crooked. Aw. Right? And then I have some, sorry for all the noise, but I actually have some little heart sprinkles. Come on, sprinkles, spread out. Then you could take your, some of them are kind of laying, they're not laying down, they're up. Push them down. Spread them out. Right, then let's get some sprinkles on this. I'm gonna go with the, I don't know, I love these sprinkles. I'm gonna try to put it on here so I won't waste the sprinkles and I could grab them back up. Okay, that's cookie number 3. Move this cookie out the way. Right, so now we're gonna move on to the next and final cookie, which is gonna be done. This one I made it with this. I just spread this on top of that, which we're gonna do right now. The only thing about this is that these are not cheap, you know. With the the Spackle and the caulking, you could make a lot of cookies, but if you get this, oh boy, with this, you can't really get too many cookies. You can make like a specialty cookie to add to the, you know, like your collection of cookies, but it's not the cheapest. So it's something I like is that it has a tip on it already, so you could just use it to smear the icing around. But still, I like to use my tip, my needle scribes, because I could get it to the edge. So you could get that to the edge and it looks so much pretty. And you can smooth it out. You can move, if you have too much icing in one area, you can move it around. Forget to wipe off your tip so it won't dry out. See, I don't really want to touch it because this is what happens when you touch it. Not just, but anyways, I'm gonna just put in. I did get some of this other sprinkle mix, but I'm not really crazy about it. So I'm just gonna go with this, the one that I made. Just sprinkle some. I mean, I could have put an outline, but I'm scared because this is wet. I don't want to really touch it because I know I would mess it up real fast. So, I mean, you get the idea. To make these however you want. Let me throw a couple of these on here. Little hearts. And that's it. That's all the cookies we did. The 4 different types. I don't want to mess it up. Of course, I'm trying to grab it to come out. So this is the caulking. This one is the caulking with the Mod Podge and acrylic paint. This is caulk and acrylic paint. This is just the caulk. And then this is the tulip fabric paint. So there you go. You got 4 options for making cookies. My bad. The cookie with the pink cookie with the border is made with spackle and acrylic paint. Tier tray. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.